I was curious what LifeSiteNews would say, because I know they've promoted Vigano with a lot of effort, and I wondered, are they going to stand with Vigano? Interestingly enough, they say exactly that. They even have a petition called "I Stand with Archbishop Vigano." Well, that's odd because he's excommunicated and he's a schismatic. So you're standing with a schismatic, excommunicated former archbishop. What does that say about you? And if you stand with him on this particular point of Francis isn't the Pope, then you also stand excommunicated. So what's going on here? Well, they, of course, bring out all the whatabouts. They try to slander Fernandez and, all the basic stereotypical stuff. What about Rupnik? What about Kissy Book by Fernandez? What about this? What about that? And, of course, they're not open and upfront with people about the relationship between McCarrick and Vigano. Of course, they don't talk about that. What about James Martin? What about Biden? And, what about this guy and that guy and this guy and that guy? And so they have all that going on. And then they ask you again to sign that you stand with Vigano. Now, I noticed that in all of this, not once do they call Vigano to repentance. Interesting, right? You know why that's interesting? Well, number one, if you care about a person's soul, you would want to do that, right? But number two, wasn't it LifeSiteNews constantly criticizes fiducia supplicans? And don't they say things like, well, it doesn't call people to repentance? Interesting. They don't call Vigano to repentance, though. Huh. Okay. Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to see the full video, go to the link in the description. And also, while you're at it, hit the subscribe button. God bless. For years, I've tirelessly defended the Catholic magisterium, despite pushback from numerous people slandering this ministry, misrepresenting it, and calling for its cancellation. Our situation today is very similar to the days of St. Maximus the Confessor, who was constantly pressured to deviate from the teachings of Rome and embrace the heresies that many other bishops were promoting. He was exiled, ridiculed, slandered, but he stood fast despite this persecution, which also included the imperial court of Constantinople cutting off his arm and ripping out his tongue so that he could no longer write the truth and speak the truth. It can be costly to speak the truth and defend the papacy in an age that is so hostile towards it, just like during the days of St. Maximus. But this is what we are called to do. This is the faith and tradition of our forefathers. I plead for all Catholics to stand up for our church and defend it. And consider supporting this channel that has been vindicated by Rome's decisions time after time again. You can do that by subscribing and supporting this ministry at patreon.com/Reason and Theology or reasonandtheology.locals.com. There's also a PayPal and a GoFundMe link in the description of this video. God bless.